Now, I think that Christian Porter is one of the best that the government's got, one of the hopes of the side, and he came out with a absolutely common sense statement about these massive companies from the ABC, never forget they're part of the list, from the ABC to supermarkets that have been dudding their workers, have been underpaying them by tens of or hundreds of millions of dollars. Christian Porter said this when asked about it today, about, well, what does he think of these companies?
They've got huge HR teams and tax teams, and honestly, if they have the time and resources to constantly advertise to tell us how awesome they are, if they've got the time and resources to get involved in social issues, if they've got the time and resources to sponsor sporting teams and have boxes to the best games in town, then they should have the time and resources to pay their staff properly.
That's good politics. Good politics, well said, common language, all of that. That's like, cut that grab, send it around all the ministers and say, that's how you win an argument. Now, Adam, about this situation, I think that we need to get to a scenario where you introduce tougher laws that say there is a direct consequence for ripping off workers. Now, whatever that direct consequence is, we'll work it out later, all right? But it starts on January 1. Till January 1, amnesty. Everyone just declare, come out, declare it. Let's all make it nice and clear. Let's level up the books. Let's give you time to pay people back. But under the new system, we're not going to do this thing where, you know, twice a week there's two different companies under the gun. I think that's the system that they need to settle on sooner rather than later. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you that Christian Porter was playing the perfect political strategy, and well done, and you're right, all the government members should do the same. This is becoming too common with people being paid the wrong amount from a wages perspective, whether you're a celebrity chef or big corporate or just the mum and dad operators. To me, government should ask the question why so many organisations, whether they're big guys or small guys, are getting it wrong. It's not just a one-off where it's not just a one-off where Woolies has done this, and I don't know if anyone's been prosecuted for doing this deliberately or if it's been poor administration or whatever. I actually think there's a problem with the system where it's just so complex, nobody knows how to pay anybody. I mean, if I was going to put an employee on tomorrow, the bureaucracy and red tape and nonsense you've got to go through to try and find out how much to pay somebody is just a nightmare for me and I mean everyone else. And whether you've got an enormous HR team in Woolies or not, the rules are always changing all the time, and finding out what the people have got to be paid, I think that's a problem, and government should have a look internally at why this is an issue.
What do you think here, Campbell, about... Because, look, it feels to me on some level that the trap being set here is for the government to engage with, all right, well, let's simplify the system, which automatically, imagine their hair on fire about the different awards and they're trying to steal penalty rates from here and penalty... Where the truth is, of course, that it's basically a bird's nest of entitlements.
Oh, look, I'm with Adam on this. I think, and well, maybe I'm going to go a bit further. I agree with the way that Porter handled it. I mean, the politics was great. What else could you possibly say in that position? You've got to go after the companies, but they should be looking at what's going on. My view on it is it's too damn hard to employ someone in this country as it is. And, you know, government's got, on one hand, government's saying we want to get the economy going, we want business to employ people, we want people to take risks. But, you know, every time there's an issue, it's, oh, we're going to, you know, you don't pay people, we're going to put you in jail, or someone, you know, Daniel Andrews down there in Victoria, you know, what are they going to do? If someone commits suicide,
yeah, that's ludicrous,
who happens to work for someone, you're going to go to jail. I mean, let's get real. If we want to get the economy going, if we want people to be employed, we've got to make it easier for business. And so that means, in this particular instance, radically simplifying awards and, you know, making it far more straightforward to actually get a person off the unemployed queue and into work. That's, I think, more the issue here for me.
What do you think, Darren?
I don't think we've seen much on IR since work choices, really. That Labor's rewrite of the Fair Work Act did some, but the union said not enough, to the point where they spent whatever $1 million on a change the rules campaign that didn't win any seats. But I think the government's almost standing into that union role of saying we're keeping an eye on what's going on. That's what the Fair Work Ombudsman does, and it's kind of frustrating for me, with my background, the unions are not on the field at the moment.
There's plenty in that, and a whole hour's worth of discussion perhaps at one time.
Comment, yeah.
All right,
The unions are backing the wrong horse. The unions are backing the wrong horse, Darren. The unions are still backing left-leaning green agendas in the Labor movement. They should be being more neutral and starting to back the coalition, who are standing up for jobs of workers who were traditional Labor voters and are now coalition voters. The unions need to come back into the middle or find the middle, because their members and their traditional supporter base are coalition voters, not left-leaning Greenies.
Just back their members. Yeah, just
right.
back their members. I think that's well said, yeah.
Well, I like the
Just
point
back
when
the
somebody
members.
said, where was the CFMEU with the counter-protest to the Extinction Rebellion people? Where was the CFMEU with the counter-protest to those idiots spitting on people at a mining conference? That would have been fun. Not to see, you don't want to see a bash-up, but you want to see, no, F you. Like, you people are coming after me.
Yeah.
You know, you're coming after... I want you to see
jobs.
me, that you're the one and I think that would be a smarter strategy to bring in a whole different type of public support instead of sort of just going, oh, well, they're just sort of... They're the trots we don't want to run with.